when we consider Python, so what is string? Is so this is the Python shell. Okay, so we can do lot of programming, lot of functions, lot of operations at this prompt. This is the version of Python 3.8.5 and this is the prompt. It is given by Python shell. Okay, so when we write here and when we do here something, we can call it as we are using console of Python. Okay, so we can do programming with the by using two different methods. The first one by using console and the second one by using editor. Okay, so when we type here, when we do the programming here, that time it is called as we are doing the program with the help of console, and when we use editor, so we can say that we are doing the program with the help of editor. Okay, so these are the two methods. With the help of this we can do the programming. Okay, so when we consider the numeric data, so many data types are there in Python. We have seen that one. The first one is integer, then float, then string. Okay, then boolean data type is there. So when we consider numerical data type, so how we can write here? So if we want to print only the data, we can write like this. Look here, print 10, so it displays value 10. Okay, so when we print like this, print 5.6, it displays 5.6. Okay, so this first is the first data. This is having data type as integer. The second data, this is having data type as float. Okay, look here, 10 and 5.6. Then when we want to print a single character, so we can print like this. Look here, print capital A. Okay, so it gives you capital A. When we use here double quotation mark, print again capital A. Okay, look here, it gives you output like this. So when we use when we use single quotation mark or when we use double quotation mark, it gives the same meaning. Okay, because the Python programming language does not have character data type. When we do the program with the help of C language, C has a character data type. Okay, so we can write here single character or we can write group of character. So two different methods are there when we assign single character and group of characters. Okay, so when we use Python does not have any difference within this. So we can assign single character as a string or group of characters also as a string. Okay, so we will see this one, how we can do this. Okay, so look here, 10 integer, 5.6, this is the float, then capital A, this is the single character. We can assign it with the help of single quotation mark, we can assign it with the help of double quotation mark. If we want to print group of character, we can write like this. Look here, print, then within single quotation mark A, B, C. Okay, so this is the group of character. We can write like this also, print within double quotation mark A, B, C. Okay, so this gives you the same output. So how we can assign string? We can enclose the string with the help of single quotation mark. Okay, so this is the example. We can enclose the string with the help of single quotation mark, or we can enclose the string with the help of double quotation mark. So the method to assign a single character or a group of character So both the methods are same. Look here, single quotation mark, only one character is there. Single quotation mark, group of characters is there. Here also we use single character within double quotation mark, we use group of characters within double quotation mark. So all of these are having same meaning. Okay, then next part, what is the manipulation? So look here how it considered. When we write like this, print single quotation mark 10. Okay, so when we write this one, print within quote single quotation mark 10. Okay, so sorry, single quotation mark 10. Okay, so it gives you value 10. And when we write like this, print 10. Okay, so print single quotation mark 10, it gives you output 10. Print without quotation mark 10, it gives you output 10. Both are having same output. Okay, but the data types are different because this 10 is enclosed within a single quotation mark and this 10 it is without quotation mark. Okay, so how we can assign these various data types to the variable? So we have seen this one, when we write like this, x is equal to 5. Okay, so it will assign value 5 to the variable x. So when we print this, print x, what it gives here? Value 5. Okay, and when we write here print type of x, so what it gives you? Type of x, class integer. Look here, here we have assigned x is equal to 5. Okay, without quotation mark means what? It is the numerical value. When we print that value, print x, it gives you output 5. Okay, and when we print type of that particular x, what it gives here? Class integer. Okay, because this variable is having integer data type. Okay, so when we do like this, look here, we are using the same value, x is equal to 5, but we enclose it within a single quotation mark. So what would happen here? Print x. Look here, print x. Okay, and when we type here, print type of x, so what it gives here? So when we enclose this 5 within single quotation mark, what is the meaning of this one? It is a string, it is a character. Okay, so when we print it, it gives the same answer, but we don't know what is the data type of that one, whether it is string or integer. Okay, and when we type this value, print type x, what it gives you? It gives you, this is the string, because we have enclosed this 5 within single quotation mark. Okay, so this is the difference between numerical data and character data. So when we consider plus sign here, look here what it gives you. Suppose two variables are there, x is equal to 5, another variable is there, y is equal to 10. Okay, and when we print it, x plus y, so x plus y, what it gives you? So here my keyboard is having some problem. Okay, so x plus y. So look here what it gives you. It gives you x is equal to 5. So we have assigned numerical data type. Y is equal to 10. Again we have assigned numerical data type. When we do this mathematical expression, x plus y, it gives you 15. Okay, so we assign these two values by using single quotation mark. So let us see what would happen. X is equal to 5, yes, we have assigned this x is equal to 5. Okay, then we have assigned this then y is equal to 10. Okay, so when we write like this, x is equal to 5, y is equal to 10. Okay, and the expression is like this: print x plus y. So look here what it gives you. So it gives you like this. X is equal to 5, it is enclosed in single quotation mark. Y is equal to 5, y is equal to 10, again it is enclosed in single quotation mark. And when we write here mathematical expression x plus y, it gives you 510. Okay, so what it does here, when we add two numbers, it will perform addition of that numbers. Okay, because that are the numbers. And when we do addition of two strings, it will perform concatenation. Concatenation means combination. So what it gives you? It gives you the first string and then it gives you second string. So 5, this is the first string, 10, this is the second string. So this gives you, this is called as concatenation, means combination of these two strings. So like this, Python interpreter identifies this is the numerical data type and this is the character data type. Okay, and accordingly as the input supplied by the user, whether the input is within quotation mark or whether the input is out of quotation mark, it will consider the data type of that particular variable. Okay, and accordingly it performs the operation. Okay, look here. What is the main advantage of this quotation mark? So Python is having different data types: integer, then float, then character, means what? String data type. So when we want to enter numerical data type, we have to give that data type without quotation mark, and when we want to use string data type, only the thing is we should enclose that data within a single quotation mark or in a double quotation mark. Okay, so these are the two methods. Then let us see what type of operations we can perform with the help of this one. Look here. So string manipulation, what it does? So declaring the string. Strings in Python are surrounded by either single quotation mark or double quotation mark. Look here. Strings in Python are surrounded by either single quotation marks or double quotation marks. Okay, so this is the syntax how we can enter strings in Python. Then hello, so this is enclosed within single quotation mark, is the same as hello, this is enclosed in double quotation mark. So both are having same meaning. Okay, then how we can print that data? Look here. Print within double quotation mark hello, print within single quotation mark hello. So it gives you the same output. Okay, so there is no difference between single quotation mark and double quotation mark. We can enclose the string with the help of single quotation mark as well as double quotation mark. Okay, so this is the first part, how we can declare the string. Then what is the next one? Assign string to the variable. So how we can assign this to the variable? So assigning a string to a variable is done with the variable name followed by an equal sign and the string. So when we use assignment statement, look here, this is the assignment statement. Okay, so left side it is always having variable name and right side it is always having the content of that particular variable. Okay, and there are number of rules to give variable name. Variable name, it should not contain the space, it should not contain the special characters, and it should be the smaller one. Okay, don't give the larger variable name, don't give the bigger variable name. So right here short variable name. So this is the variable name and these are the contents, and as we are declaring the string we have to enclose it within double quotation mark. So A is having hello, print A. So what it gives here? Hello. Okay, so we can directly print the string, or else we can assign that string to the variable and we can print that variable. So by using both the ways we can print the string type of data. Okay, so this is how we can assign string to the variable. The next part, if multiple strings are there, means if we want to enter one paragraph, then how we can do this one paragraph. When we want to assign paragraph to the variable, so there is another method. Look here, you can assign a multi-line string. Multi-line string means what? Paragraph. We can assign a multi-line string to a variable by using three quotes. Okay, look here, three quotation mark. This is the variable name A. Okay, this is the variable name A. And what we have to assign here? Vivekanand College, Tarabai Park, Kolhapur. Multi-line statement is there. First line is having Vivekanand College, second line is having Tarabai Park, third line is having Kolhapur. So how we can assign this one? We should enclose this multi-line string within three quotation mark. Look here. This is the start and this is the end. Okay, so we can enclose multi-line string within three quotation mark, and when we print it, look here, this is the print statement, print A. So what it gives you? According to your lines. Okay, so when we press here enter, it will be considered that the next data will be present on the next line. Okay, here we press enter key, so this data will be printed on the next line. So it will check for /n, that is the new line character. Okay, so it will display like this. First line, it should contain Vivekanand College, second line it should contain Tarabai Park, and the third line it should contain Kolhapur. Okay, so this is the part. How we can assign single string? We can write single quotation mark or double quotation mark. And how we can assign multi-line string? We have to use here three quotation marks, okay, at the beginning of the text and at the end of text. So these are the methods how we can assign the strings. Then when we store the strings, how it actually stores means Python interpreter is there, operating system is there. So we can operate Python on number of operating system. We can do it on Windows, we can do it on Linux, we can do it on Mac. Okay, so Python is platform independent. Same syntax is there. Whatever operating system we are using, Python is having same syntax. Okay, so when we declare the strings, how interpreter stores that one? So it will store like this. Look here. Okay, look, A is equal to hello. This is the word we want to assign. Okay, hello. Then what is the variable name here? A. Okay, A variable name, contents are hello, and it will store like this. Look here. So whatever memory space is there, it will assign 1 byte of memory for H, then it will assign 1 byte of memory for E, then it will assign 1 byte of memory for L, like this up to the last character. So these are in consecutive positions, means these are stored in sequential manner. असं कधी कम्प्युटरला होत नाही की H कुठेतरी दुसऱ्या ॲड्रेसला स्टोअर केलंय, E कुठेतरी दुसऱ्या ॲड्रेसला स्टोअर केलंय, L कुठेतरी दुसऱ्या ॲड्रेसला स्टोअर केलंय, असं कधीही होत नाही. इट डज नॉट हॅपन. Okay, so Python interpreter and operating system, it will store the string in consecutive manner, in sequential manner. Okay, so when we store this string to the variable, it gives indexing to that variable, it gives indexing to that content. So H is having 0th index, E is having 1 index, L is having 2 index, like this. This exclamatory mark is having index 5. Okay, so when we store the string, the index of the first character is always starts with 0 and it ends with the corresponding number. Okay, but when we find the length of this one, what is the length of this one? 1 2 3 4 5 6, total 6 characters are there, so it will give you length as 6, but each and every character is having different index. Okay, hence when we want to print, look here, a is equal to hello, it will be stored like this. These are the indexes. Here print a1, what it gives here, look here, whatever character is present at the first position, means the character is having index as 1. So which character is having index as 1? A. So it gives you the output A. Okay, print A1. So it gives you character A. So in Python programming language, strings in Python are arrays of bytes representing Unicode characters. So this is the most important part. Strings are stored in the form of array. Look here, if these are the memory locations, suppose 5 spaces are there, and when we assign x is equal to 1050, okay, when we assign x is equal to 1050, so it will be stored in only one position, because 1050 it is a number. Okay, so number, Python interpreter, it will assign 2 bytes of memory for number, so it stores the number in single position, single location. Okay, but when we are writing like this, x is equal to within single quotation mark 1050, so how it will be stored? So it will store like this. At the first position it will store 1, at the second position it will store 0, third position it will store 5, and at the fourth position it will be stored 0, because we have enclosed this string within a single quotation mark. Got it? Okay, लक्षात आला दोन्ही मधला difference? Okay, so this is the numerical value and this is the character value. So same thing is there in this. Like other programming language, strings are arrays of bytes. Then Python does not have a character data type. A single character is simply a string with length of 1. Okay, so as I said earlier, C language is having character data type, but Python does not have character data type. It will be stored as a string. Okay, then square bracket can be used to access the elements of the string. So this is the square bracket. Okay, so when we want to access, when we want to retrieve a single character, you should use here square bracket. Okay, so square bracket, within the square bracket you should mention the index of that character, okay, which you want to retrieve. So this is the square bracket. Then get the character at the position 1. Remember that the first character has the position 0. So this is the important part. So each and every character which is present at the first position, this will have the index as 0. Okay, so this is the declaration part. We can print a character with the help of array element. लक्षात आलं हे सगळ्यांच्या? Okay, so we will see this one, how we can do this by using this Python. Look here, we will close this one. We will do it here. Okay, so look here. Okay, so here we can write like this: a is equal to hello. We will copy this string. Look here. Okay, hello. and then yes, what is the error here? Okay, a is equal to hello, and then we can print within square bracket a of 1. So what it gives you? Character E. Okay, look here. What it gives you? It gives you character B. Look here. A is equal to hello. Print A of 1. It gives you E. Okay. Suppose we want to print character O. How we can write here? Is anyone from you? Suppose I want to print character O. So what would be the print statement?
Print
हाँ
A in square bracket
हाँ
1.
in square bracket 4. Okay, so we can write like this: print then A and in square bracket 4. Okay, so it gives you character O. Okay, so 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Is it right? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Look here. This O is present at the 4th index. Okay, so got it all of you? Yes. बाकीच्यांचा काय आवाज येत नाहीये? Girls. Girls. Okay. Okay. So these are the locations. Okay, how we can enter strings with the help of Python. Then next one. So this is the length. Then next part, looping through a string. So we have seen this one while using for loop, how we can use for loop to enter the string. So look here, since strings are arrays, we can loop through the characters in a string with the for loop. So we can use for loop like this: for x in banana and then print x. So look here, BANANA, how it gives you. What is the use of this one? So when we write, this is the most important part, how we can enter the Python string and how we can access that string with the help of single character. Look here. So when we write like this: for x in, we can use here same contents, banana. Okay, then single quotation mark, and then we write here print x. Okay. Yes, what is the error here? We have not used here indentation. Okay, so it gives like this. What is the first character here? B. Next character A, N, A, N, A. पण ह्या दोन्हीमध्ये काय डिफरन्स आहे? कोण सांगू शकेल? This one and this one. काय डिफरन्स आहे? इथं आपण स्ट्रिंग देताना काय दिलेलं आहे? ग्रुप ऑफ कॅरेक्टर्स. ओके, आणि ज्यावेळेला आपण इथं प्रिंट करतो त्यावेळेला ते प्रिंट करताना काय करतंय? पहिल्यांदा एक्सला काय घेते व्हॅल्यू? बी. ओके, बी प्रिंट करते. अजून आपण कुठं आहे? स्ट्रिंगमध्येच आहे. नेक्स्ट कॅरेक्टर काय घेते? ते ए, त्याच्यानंतरचं एन, त्याच्यानंतरचं ए, त्याच्यानंतरचं एन आणि ए. म्हणजे काय होतं इथे ॲक्च्युली होताना की हे जे ग्रुप ऑफ कॅरेक्टर्स आहे हे डिस्प्ले होताना कसं डिस्प्ले होतं आहे? सेपरेट डिस्प्ले होतं आहे ॲज ॲन ॲरे ऑफ कॅरेक्टर्स. ओके, तर हे जे स्टेटमेंट आहे, हे जे फॉर आहे, हे आपण यूज करू शकतो आहे. सपोज द क्वेश्चन इज लाईक दिस: एंटर एनी स्ट्रिंग. ओके, अँड फाइंड आउट हाऊ मेनी व्होवेल्स आर देअर अँड हाऊ मेनी कॉन्सोनंट्स आर देअर. कसं करणार सांगा मला? एखादी स्ट्रिंग आपण त्याच्यामध्ये दिली पायथॉनमध्ये, आणि व्हॉट इज द क्वेश्चन हिअर? वी हॅव टू फाइंड आउट हाऊ मेनी व्होवेल्स आर देअर, हाऊ मेनी कॉन्सोनंट्स आर देअर. व्होवेल्स माहिती आहे तुम्हाला? कुठले कुठले व्होवेल्स आहेत? ए, ई, आय, ओ, यू. ओके, असा मला प्रोग्राम लिहायचा आहे. आपल्याकडं हे फॉर स्टेटमेंट आहे की ज्याच्या थ्रू आपण स्ट्रिंगमधले कॅरेक्टर एक्स्ट्रॅक्ट करू शकतो, म्हणजे 1 बाय 1. आणि आपल्याला क्वेश्चन काय करायचं आहे की प्रत्येक कॅरेक्टर घ्या, ते चेक करा. जर ते AEIOU मध्ये असेल तर तुम्ही व्होवेलचा नंबर इन्क्रीमेंट करा, आणि जर ते अदर दॅन दिस असेल तर कॉन्सोनंटचा नंबर इन्क्रीमेंट करा. करता येईल क्वेश्चन कोणाला? एस, हाऊ वी कॅन डू दिस वन? काय करावं लागेल? हेच घेऊया आपण ह्याच्यामध्ये. कोण सांगणार सांगा बरं? इथं एडिटर आहे, एक नवीन ओपन करू आणि हेच कॅरेक्टर घेऊ आपण. फॉर एक्स इन बनाना. ओके, त्याच्यानंतर एंटर. इथं टॅप की दिलं. कसं कॅरेक्टर घेणार आपण प्रिंट केलं तर ते कॅरेक्टर 1 बाय 1 येत आहे. इथं इफ वापरू शकतोय आपण. एस, वी कॅन यूज इफ विदिन फॉर. वी नो x will be having BANANA, and we can extract that value with the help of x. We can check that one also. Look here how we can check. If x is equal to a, okay, or x is equal to e, okay, x is equal to e, we are taking next one, or x is equal to I, or x is equal to O, then next, or x is equal to AEIOU. We are taking only small letters. You can write it for upper characters also. Okay, if x is equal to A, E, I, O and U. So if this condition, any one of these condition will be satisfied, then increment the counter for vowel. Okay, so we can take it. Counter for vowel is equal to counter for vowel plus 1. Okay, if that character is vowel. Else part of this one, we will take here another counter. Look here, counter for consonant. So we will increment that one, CONS plus 1. Okay, so two variables are there. If that particular character is AEIOU, within AEIOU we have to increment C vowel counter, otherwise we have to increment C consonant counter. Then we can print here, vowel count, how many vowels are there. Okay, what is the character here? C vowel. We can use this variable C vowel. Then next one, we can copy this one, S consonant. Consonant count. So what is the variable name here? CONS. Okay, so this is the program. So we can save this one. Yes, yes.
X is equal to O and double equal to I.
एक मिनिट आहे, करेक्ट. फॉर 19.5 डबल इक्वल टू राहिलेला आहे. ओके, कुठे राहिलं आहे डबल इक्वल टू?
X is equal to O.
x is equal to O, correct. Okay, good. x is equal to AEIOU. ओके, हा प्रोग्राम मी सेव्ह केला आहे. काय नाव दिलेलं आहे ह्याला? फॉर 19. सो वी विल एक्झिक्यूट दिस वन. सो exit, we have to run it on the DOS prompt. So Python, what is the name here? d:/Python, and for 19.5. okay, so it is having error. Look here, name error, name CONS is not defined. So what is this error? S, anyone from you? काय एरर आहे ही? इथं एरर आहे बघा, नेम CONS इज नॉट डिफाईन. प्रोग्राम इथं आहे तुमच्या पुढं. काय सांगितलेलं मी परवा प्रोग्राम करताना तुम्हाला, whenever we are using temporary variables, so these two variables we are using within the program, so we should assign that variable to 0 first, okay, so that Python interpreter can understand what are the data types for that variables. So look here, we are using two variables and these two variables are having numerical data type because we are going to increment that one. म्हणून त्याचा डेटा टाईप काय आहे, इंटीजर, अँड ऑल इंटीजर व्हेरिएबल शुड बी इनिशियलाइज टू 0. सो यू शुड इनिशियलाइज this one. So C vowel is equal to 0, C consonant is equal to 0. We will save that one and then again we will execute this one. Look here. So what it gives you, vowel count 3 and consonant count 3. Okay, is it right? Is it right? Look here. What is the word here? Banana. Okay. So first X B. So it will check whether B is present in this or not. So B is not present in this. So it will increment value of consonant. Okay. So here C vowel and C consonant. So first it will take character. Look here. Character X, then C vowel and C consonant. Okay, so first it will take B, it will check whether B is in between these characters. No, so this is false. So it will increment C consonant by 1. Initially it is having 0, so it will increment by 1. Next again we are present in for loop, so it will take next character. So next character is A. It will check whether character A is in between this S. X is equal to A. So it will increment value of counter by 1. Okay. Next it will take small n. It will check it. So this is the consonant. It will increment value of this by 1, that is 2. Then again A, character A, it will increment value of this 2. Then again N, it will increment value of this by 1, 3. Again A, this will increment value of this by 1, so this is 3. Like this it will check each and every character in the inputted string. It will check character. If character is in between A, E, I, O, U, it will increment vowel count, otherwise it will increment consonant count. Okay, so this is the program. लक्षात आलं काय केलेलं आहे ते? S. We will take another example. Look here. Suppose Vivekanand. Okay, Vivekanand. So what should be the output for this character, this word? S. Vivekanand. आणखीन मी एक देते, कॉलेज. Okay, so two words are there, Vivekanand College. काय येणार? How many vowels are there? कोण सांगणार? How many consonants are there? S. Fast. किती vowels आहेत? 7 vowels आहेत. बरोबर आहे. आणखीन कुणाचं आन्सर? आणि कॉन्सोनंट्स किती आहेत? एस 10. ओके, सो अकॉर्डिंग टू कुणी सांगितलं आन्सर? कुणी सांगितलं?
9 vowels आहेत.
9 vowels आहेत. ओके, ठीक आहे. 7, 9. We will check this one. Okay, so how many vowels are there? How many consonants are there? Look here. We have to save it and then we will execute this one. Okay, so vowels are 7 and consonants are 11. Okay, so this space will be considered as consonant. ओके, कारण काय आपण स्पेस ह्याच्यामध्ये चेक केलेली नाही आहे, त्यामुळे जर ते कॅरेक्टर इट इज अ कॅरेक्टर. स्पेस इज ऑल्सो वन ऑफ द कॅरेक्टर्स. ओके, त्यामुळे स्पेस काय म्हणून कन्सिडर करणार ते कॉन्सोनंट्स. सो दिस विवेकानंद स्पेस कॉलेज, दिस whole text is having total 7 vowels and total 11 consonants. Okay, so it will check for a e i o u. If that character is there in between a e i o u, it will increment this one, otherwise it will increment consonant. Okay, so this is the program how we can find out vowels and consonant. So with the help of this one, we can do number of programs where we want to find out such type of solutions. Okay, so we can find out like this also. If someone says I want to enter some string and I want to find out how many a characters are there, means how many a's are there. Okay, so you can check that one also, how many a's are there, how many b's are there, how many d's are there. So you can check for each and every character. You can check like this also. If we want to enter some string and someone says that you can check for how many capital letters are there, how many small letters are there, how many spaces are there, how many special symbols are there. So we can do like this also. Okay, so many types of programmings with the we can do with the help of this for loop. So this is the looping through a string. Okay, so we will see these programs in the next week, how we can do this one. So हे लक्षात आलं how we can extract characters from the string. Yes, all of you. हां, ह्याच्यावरचे आपण क्वेश्चन नंतर करूया. आत्ता फक्त आपण सगळे फंक्शन्स बघूया आणि नेक्स्ट वीकमध्ये आपण थोडेसे वेगळे प्रोग्राम्स ह्याच्यावरचे करूया. पण ती स्ट्रिंग ॲक्सेस कशी करायची आणि त्यातले कॅरेक्टर एक्स्ट्रॅक्ट कसे करायचे हा मेन पार्ट समजला. येस, समजला. ओके, सो दिस इज द लूपिंग थ्रू अ स्ट्रिंग. देन नेक्स्ट पार्ट, स्ट्रिंग functions. So these functions are easier one. The first function is length. Okay, how we can calculate length of string. Look here, to get the length of a string we can use length function, len. This is the length function. Here the length function returns the length of the string. Look here, a hello world. So this is the string we have assigned to variable a, and when we want to print length of a, we can write like this, print length of a, len of a. This is the built-in function. Okay, length of a, it will display length of variable a. This is the first function. Then next one, these are the methods. First one, capitalize method is there. So uppercase the first letter in this sentence. So if we want to print the data with the first character in uppercase, we can use here capitalize function. Look here, capitalize method. So text is hello and welcome to my world. When we write like this, x is equal to txt dot capitalize. Txt is the name of variable. What we want to capitalize, this txt. So we can write like this, txt dot capitalize. Then print x. What it gives you, it will change the first character to uppercase. Okay, only the first character. फक्त नाव फर्स्ट कॅरेक्टर जी काय आपण टेक्स्ट देतो त्याचं पहिलं कॅरेक्टर आपल्याला कॅपिटल करायचं आहे. दॅट टाइम वी शुड यूज हिअर कॅपिटलाइज मेथड. ओके, दिस इज द फर्स्ट मेथड. देन सेकंड वन, लोअर मेथड. So this lower method, it converts the string in lowercase format. Okay, look here, this is the text, hello my friends. This text is having some character in capital format, some characters in lowercase format, and we want to convert it to lowercase. So how we can convert it to lowercase? Look here, txt, this is the name of variable, dot lower. Okay, txt dot lower, and it is assigned to x. So when we print this x, it gives you the output like this, hello my friends. Okay, so it gives you all text in small letters. This is the lower method. Reverse of this one, we are having upper method. Okay, we can convert all the characters of the string in uppercase format. So txt is equal to, this is the hello my world, and x is equal to txt. Look here, x is equal to txt dot upper. So what it does here, it will change all the letters to uppercase format. Look here, this is the output text. Okay, it will convert all the characters into uppercase format. Next one, next part of this one is swap case. Swap case means what? We can change the case. So whatever character is present in uppercase, it will be converted to lowercase. Whatever character is present in lowercase, it will be converted to uppercase. Look here. So txt is equal to hello, my name is Virat. What is the statement here? X is equal to txt dot swap case print x. So when we print that output, it gives you like this. H is present in capital format, it will convert in lowercase. E is present in small letters, it will be converted into capital E. L, L, O in the capital format. M is capital, it will be converted into small letters. So what is the use of swap case? It will convert each and every character in the reverse case. Means if it is present in lower case, it will be converted to uppercase. If it is present in uppercase, it will be converted into lowercase. Okay, so these are the methods regarding the string. So look here, what we have seen today. The first one, string manipulation. Okay, how we can declare the string. Next one, how we can assign the string to the variable by using single quotation mark or double quotation mark. Next one, how we can enter multi-line string. So this is the format, how we can enter this string. Then strings are arrays in Python, how it will be stored at memory location, and how we can retrieve the character with the help of index. Okay, so first character is always having index at 0. Then looping through the string, how we can retrieve, how we can extract each and every character from the string. So with the help of for loop, we can extract this one. Functions, length function, how we can calculate the length. Look here, lena, this is the function, that's why you should write here parameter. Okay, we can calculate length of string. Next one, capitalize method. We can capital only first character of the text with the help of capitalize method. This is the method. Next one, lowercase. We can convert the string into lowercase format by using lower. This is the lower function. We can convert all the text in uppercase format by using upper, lower, upper. Swap case, we can reverse the case. We can convert upper to lower, lower to upper with the help of swap case. So these are the main 4 functions: capitalize, lower, upper and swap case. Okay, and length, it is used to calculate the length of string. And we have seen this question, we have seen this program, how we can find out number of vowels and number of consonant in the given string. Okay, so for today एवढं लक्षात आलं? Yes, all of you. जरा व्हिडिओज ऑन करा सगळे. Okay, सो हाऊ टू असाइन स्ट्रिंग, हाऊ टू एक्स्ट्रॅक्ट कॅरेक्टर. आता ज्यावेळेला आपण प्रॅक्टिकल करू त्यावेळेला आणखीन एकदा रिव्हिजन करू लॅबमध्ये. आत्ता तूर्त परीक्षेपुरतं एवढं लक्षात ठेवा, कारण त्याच्यावरती क्वेश्चन असणार आहेत. उद्याचं जे लेक्चर आहे ते उद्या होणार नाही, कारण कॉलेजमध्ये झेंडावंदन आहे ह्याच टायमिंगला. जर दुपारी वगैरे तुम्ही फ्री असाल तर मी मेसेज टाकेन तुम्हाला, त्यावेळेला लेक्चर होईल. नाहीतर डे आफ्टर टुमारो वी विल टेक ॲट द सेम टाईम 8 o'clock. ओके, लक्षात आलं ऑल ऑफ यू? येस. ओके, सो थँक यू एव्हरीवन. थँक यू फॉर अटेंडिंग द लेक्चर अँड हॅव अ गुड डे. ओके, काय डाऊट्स असेल तर ग्रुपवर टाका, मी त्याचं सोल्युशन देईन. आणि मूडलला लॉग इन व्हा. कालची PPT आणि आजची PPT मी टाकलेली आहे. ओके, सो थँक यू व्हेरी मच.